My name is Jean-François ROUET, and I'm a research director with the French National Center for Scientific Research. I'm also chairing the OECD PISA 2018 Literacy Expert Group and the Literacy Expert Group of PIAC 2021. Well, as recognized in the OECD Learning Compass 2030, literacy is a core precondition for learning throughout the lifespan. Most of what we know, in fact, we learn from others, and most of the time we do so by reading texts. So it's very important for educators and policymakers to get a clear understanding of what it takes for a person to become literate. To put it simply, literacy can be defined as a set of skills, but also knowledge and attitudes that relate to our use of written sign systems, written language in general. In other words, literacy is one's ability to read and write fluently and efficiently to achieve a broad range of purposes, both in and obviously out of school. Well, literacy plays a tremendous role because it enables individuals to develop their potential. For instance, reading and writing fluently is a condition for one's access to education beyond the elementary grades. Literacy also determines one's access to jobs and their participation in contemporary societies. The importance of literacy has further increased over the past decades due to the advent of digital technologies. Written communication has tended to pervade many areas of life and to replace spoken communication. Just think of services like online shopping or social networking. They didn't exist 30 years ago, and they all require a good mastery of reading and writing. Well, one challenge for literacy education is that we need to read more, but also to read more diverse texts and for a broader range of purposes. Students have to be prepared not just to decode and to comprehend text, but also to use written information and to be critical in their use of that information. Sometimes a reader has to read quickly and superficially because they have some time constraints, for instance. But on other occasions, it's more important to slow down and to pay attention to everything. This strategic flexibility takes years of training and practice. The data from PISA and from other studies show that strategic flexibility is a key challenge for teenagers and should be trained systematically in secondary education. But reading online, on computer screens or smartphones or tablets also takes new types of skills. For instance, readers need to be able to navigate networks of information. They also need to understand participation rules in forums and social networks, and they need to critically assess the credibility of what they read. This is especially important in our times of uncontrolled dissemination of fake news. Teaching those skills is a key objective for tomorrow education, but of course this should be done in addition to teaching the core underlying skills of literacy, meaning decoding and comprehension. So education in 2030 will face a double challenge: incorporating the teaching of advanced online literacy skills without compromising the teaching of underlying core skills. This can only be done if we redefine reading instruction as something that should be done not just in primary education, but also in secondary education and probably beyond. And this is, again, a key challenge for education systems to reorganize the teaching of reading and to implement some specific times and means to teaching advanced literacy skills to secondary and higher education students.